For my daily journaling, this past year I have been using the Midori MD notebooks. Previously I was just using the 6-ring binders. For 2024, I've decided to go back to the notebooks, but instead of like one big chunky one like this for half a year, I'm going to switch to these like smaller ones. So I have 3 in this set, and they're basically the exact same as this one, just smaller, like divided into 3. So this is the chunk after half a year, but if you can believe it, before all this, these two were about the same thickness. So the reason I'm switching to like smaller notebooks instead of this one huge chunk like this is after about like 2 months, because of all like the stuff that I stick in, especially if I like buy stuff with like really cute packaging that is cardboard, I always stick them inside, and it really adds to the thickness of it, so the edges get this like curve thing that is kind of a pain to write in, especially when I reach the end. And just the chunk is kind of a pain to carry around and keep. So if I just use these smaller ones, even if they get thicker, it will probably be like around here, so there's less of this buckling as well, so it'll be much better to write in. At the beginning of the year, I actually went with like the taller Ace, I guess this is like a B6 or something like that, but basically the width is the same, but it's a bit taller. And when it came time to buy the second one, I actually couldn't find the same book with like a blank cover, because they were like selling these specially designed covers with like illustrations of artists embossed on it, which looked nice, but I really like to have a plain cover just to decorate it myself. So I bought the smaller one instead, and actually I do prefer having the smaller one. It's just a little too much extra space that I have to decorate, and I think this size is just nice, so that's why I went with this for next year's journal. Even though I say that it's gonna be next year's journal, it will actually probably start with December of this year and continue, because I only have like this amount of pages left and it's still November, so there will definitely not be space, and I have decided to let go of that whole thing where I can only have the same year within the same book. So I will just start with December and see how long it takes me to fill this up. So I used to label my journals with like the volume number, and I kind of stopped after a while, but I really want to get back to that, so that's what I've decided to do. Since from now on I also won't be limiting myself to a single year or half a year for one book. made this little band to go around the book, but actually it's way too loose, but I just kind of like how it looks. So this is the one that I filled up from January to June of this year. And yeah, it was my first time using a Midori after 2 years of using 6-ring binders. So I was just kind of playing around with how I wanted to do the layouts for my spreads. And also previously I mostly used the grid inserts for my 6-ring binder, so this is the first time that I was using a totally blank page. And instead of like just punching a hole in and binding these extra things like postcards together with my inserts, I had to just use tape to stick these into my journal. I actually didn't really know how many pages I had to work with, so I didn't, like at the beginning of the year, I didn't actually know if I would be able to fit a whole half a year into this book, but I still ended up doing a lot of 2-page spreads for a single day because I just really like the look of it. And anyway, I was trying not to force myself to journal every single day as well if I had nothing really to journal about. So yeah, I was just winging it the whole year. And also I started actually going into the Midori instead of continuing with a 6-ring binder because I wasn't quite sure when I would be leaving the country, especially around the first 3 months of the year. So that's why I decided that like having a single book would be much easier than having to keep buying refills, especially if I didn't know whether I would be able to get those when I was in another country. And in March you'll see there's a huge chunk missing because I went to Japan with my friends, so those like that week and a half is all in another journal that I have a video about, which is why this book actually ended up so much thinner than the next book, since yeah, there's so many days missing from this. Actually, one thing I miss about using the 6-ring binder is that when I go to like events and I buy a bunch of stuff, I used to also really like to keep the name cards inside my journal. Like I would keep an envelope or one of the packaging and just put all the name cards inside, but there is only so much I want to stick into a single book like this. So yeah, I don't collect the name cards as much as I used to anymore. Like even postcards like these, where I even stick even more extra cardboard packaging, I do like the look of it, and also keeping all these stuff, but making it so much thicker and having all these like extra things bulk up the middle so that the spine buckles a lot is kind of a pain, which is also why I'm switching to the thinner individual notes for next year, because at least there'll be much less of this, and once it gets too thick it will be about the time to switch to another book already. So yeah, hopefully I'll get less of this problem, because I do want to keep all the cute stuff that I get. Sometimes like there's nothing much going on, or I don't really have a lot of inspiration for the decoration. I just take a really cute memo pad and just like stick a few stickers, and that's the whole decoration for the day. And yeah, the long project I was working on is still not out, so unfortunately for me, I'll still have to keep like censoring these pages. So that's the end of June, and I actually still had quite a few pages left, but not quite enough for July, so I just left these blank. I originally wanted to like do some fun little spreads in this as well, but so far I haven't really quite had the time, and not much inspiration of what to do. And also I like doing fun spreads on my A5 6-ring binder instead, so these pages will probably just remain blank. And this one you can see is so much chunkier. It's basically nearly fully round. When I first bought this and brought it home, I totally forgot that this one was much taller, and I didn't realize. So I've been cutting out the months from my Under the Oak Tree desktop calendar and like taping them in. So for this month I actually had to cut way more than I did previously, and I actually like redid the sticker decorations on the front when I realized that. I've also been trying to use up more of the stationery, like the loose stationery I have from friends. So like I have a whole bunch of washi tape swatches and little like memo paper and note paper samples of like different sizes. So I keep trying to use them up, but right now I still have a lot of them left. So I'm not too sure how much I can bring with me, but for December I'm really hoping to at least finish the paper samples, and I'm not too sure about the washi samples because if you see on my recent spreads, I actually don't use washi tape as much anymore. It's just like memo pads and stickers. So I'm not sure when I'll be able to finish using all the washi tape samples my friends have given me. Though I'm really grateful, and of course all the washi tape designs are really cute. They just don't quite fit into my decorating style at the moment. So I was quite busy recently wrapping up my project and also settling stuff for my move. So I didn't do a flip through for October and November, so yeah, this is the first time I'll be flipping through these pages on my channel. And I always tell myself to use up all my Halloween type stickers and washi tape for October, but this year I actually, if you look through all these spreads, I didn't really use it that much. And also for once I bought the Nakayoshi magazines, mostly because of the extra Captain Sakura stuff that they included. So yeah, I actually still haven't read them because I'm totally not caught up to the clear cut arc. Yeah, I'm totally not caught up to clear cut at all. I have literally not even read to the chapters that the anime ended at. So since it's on the final arc, I'm just kind of waiting for it to finish and then I'll just binge it all in one go. And also I went to a concert, not for the first time this year, but every time Charlie Puth comes to Singapore, I'll just go with my friend. And I bought some more makeup. I've been really enjoying getting back into top loader deco recently, so I'm trying to do a few more before I leave. I've really been enjoying collecting these manhwa volumes, and I was sort of hoping that these two that I bought would be near the last because I won't be in Singapore anymore. But I knew there wouldn't quite be a big chance of that happening, so unfortunately the next maybe 2 or 3 that come out, I will have to buy while I'm overseas. so the shipping cost is definitely gonna go up. And I tried a little horizontal spread for once because I just really wanted to use this cute memo paper. And I'm trying to cut down on my collection, but this was like a Sumiko Gurashi like line box memo pad collection, so I just couldn't resist the urge to buy it. And for some reason, halfway through November, I totally forgot that it was November and I just kept writing October. But yeah, all these are November entries. I even had a little photo shoot, which I was initially planning to film, but I was kind of tired from my project, and also once I was there, I realized that there was totally no time for any other filming, though one of my friends did capture some like behind the scenes fun little shots, so I'm really glad to have that. But yeah, because of all the lighting setup, and we only had like 3 hours, which I thought was a lot, but when you're actually there and doing setup and testing, it's not a lot of time. But yeah, I had a lot of fun and I can't wait for the pictures to come out. And yes, it's still November, but for the first time, because I had some free tickets, my friends and I actually watched a movie in Gold class, which is the one where you like have it's a tiny table, but they do serve the food directly to you, and the chair like reclines and all that. So it was a really fun experience, though I wouldn't pay full price just to watch a movie in that. Like if I wanted to watch in full comfort, I would just watch the movie at home on like Netflix or Disney Plus. More hauls. And yep, that's the end of January to November of this year. In this one, I managed to get it nearly to the end, because even though it was only like 5 months, but I think I had a lot more hauls and like events that I went to, so there were some days which had like several pages dedicated to it. So yep, thank you so much for always watching my journal flip-throughs and setups. In the next year, I might have a few more vlog type videos, but I will always have these flip-throughs because I find them fun to film, and also to like go through my journal every month or every 2 to 3 months, and I hope you guys enjoy watching these videos as well. So for now, thank you so much and bye bye!